Hello, wonderful world of YouTube. It's Alex, and I finally am getting around to making that video about my trip to Anaheim, California. Reason I've been putting it off, I'm really lazy, and I've also been super busy with school and work and everything. So, Anaheim, California. What's out there? Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm, which is both places I've been actually wanting to go for a very long time, but I never thought I'd get an opportunity to go to. Until back in August, my mom said she had a conference in Los Angeles and was like, "Hey, Alex, what could I do in Los Angeles?" Because she was going to leave, she'd be leaving Friday night. I said, "You can go to Knott's Berry Farm again." And that's when I asked, "What if I came along to Knott's Berry Farm?" And she said, "What do you mean?" I go, "Well, if I left, like Friday, which was the 28th, and we went to Knott's Berry Farm Friday, Saturday, fly back Sunday morning." He's like, "That's not a bad idea. You only miss one day of school." She looks into it and decides, well, after a big string of events, it was cheaper to go on the Thursday instead of Friday, and then the flight on Sunday didn't even leave till 11 o'clock. So now I actually have 4 whole days in California, pretty much. And my mom was also like, "Oh, Disneyland's not super expensive and not that far from our hotel, so we'll go to Disneyland too." So we go to Knott's Berry Farm the first day. It's actually me, my brother, and Abby. We fly out Thursday, and my mom was still at her conference. Excuse me. So we go and do Knott's Berry Farm. We rode everything except for Accelerator and Montezuma's Revenge, which is fair. Both of them were closed. I'm still a little salty about Accelerator. After our time at the park, which was from about noon to 5, we went to the hotel, and basically what I did was rest. We had dinner. My mom came in from her original hotel for her conference. Then we went to bed. Next morning was Disneyland. Now, I've been to Walt Disney World a couple of times, actually. In fact, I made a whole bunch of videos back in April about my trip there. You guys probably seen some of them. And I didn't make any videos while I was actually at these parks because my family doesn't like me making these videos. Well, they don't mind. They just find it annoying. And so I get to Disneyland, and one thing about Disneyland that's different than Disney World is the front gate. You go through security, and you're in a giant plaza. One way is Disneyland, the other way is Disney's California Adventure. Both parks are like right across from each other. So we go through, we get into the park, and it's almost exactly laid out the same as Magic Kingdom. You go in, you go into the train station, and you get to like this little plaza. And you go, and you finally get to look down Main Street. And I've been to the Magic Kingdom. I love the castle, especially the 50th anniversary castle. Beautiful building. And I turn down Main Street here, and it looks like the McDonald's squashed Big Mac you get when you order one. It was so underwhelming. It might have been the most disappointing part of the trip, was just how sad the whole thing is. Then again, it was built in the 50s, and Anaheim at the time didn't let them build higher than like 4 stories. So yeah, they didn't really anticipate Disney being that big. So we do the park, and it's funny. So we were doing our early reservations, which was like Haunted Mansion and I want to say Pirates. And then we accidentally, while we're trying to wander over to Big Thunder Mountain, wander into Galaxy's Edge. Yeah, I thought that was at California's Adventure. It's not. It's in the main park, and that was really weird because it was actually the exact way I walked in last time when I first went to the Galaxy's Edge the first time. And let me tell you, those two parks, the two Galaxy's Edges, are the exact same thing. Literally the exact same thing. It's kind of funny. So we go through and we go ride our rides like Thunder Mountain, then Indiana Jones, Jungle Cruise, Tiki Room, Matterhorn, Space Mountain. We did all the rides. Not Space Mountain the first day. No, I'm sorry. That was a lie. We got through everything we wanted to do. We did the Galaxy's Edge stuff. And so what we did is the first day I was debating, and then I decided to get a reservation for Saturday to do a Droid Depot because we did some of the evening rides. We spent our evening after dinner at California's Adventure since it was dark. We did Guardians of the Galaxy. Amazing ride. I might make a video discussing it one day. And what else did we do? I think we did one other ride. No, I don't think we did any other rides. I think we just did we did Mike and Sully's Adventure because we had to wait for the fast pass we had for it. So after that, we we rode the stuff. It was great. I mean, Mike and Sully's Adventure used to be like another ride where it was like a Hollywood superstar and it was sucked. This new ride still kind of sucks, but at least it's better than before. So then what that leads us into day 3, which I'm going to make a quick cut, just make it easier for you guys. Day 3. So we wander back over to Disney the next morning and we do California's Adventure, where surprisingly for like 6 hours straight, the one ride I wanted to ride, the Incredicoaster, was closed. Yeah, they do like emergency evac. It was great. We go in and we look around, and the first thing we want to do is we walk in and we went to I forget it was called Golden Zephyr. It's kind of like the Rockets from Geauga Lake. But this time it's at Disney. It was fun. I'm happy I got to actually ride a great ride like that. Then the next ride we rode was like Goofy Sky School. It's like a Wild Mouse coaster, nothing crazy, except it was awful. The restraints were terrible on it. Wouldn't recommend. And then we rode the Ferris wheel there, which was a interesting ride, as it like had like these free rolling gondolas. You had to look at videos of it to understand. And after that was supposed to be Incredicoaster, but it was broken, like a little loser. So we had to go do other things. And basically throughout the day, we rode everything else. And we're at our lunch at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon when we're sitting, we're eating, and I see it running in the background. They were testing it. And that was great because now I could go ride it. So after that, we get out and after lunch, we did Radiator Springs Racers again, which was that's a ride that is pretty fun. I do recommend it. And we then also I think we did Guardians again before doing it. And then after that, we went to Incredicoaster. We got on. I got front row. It was awesome. And the only problem with that ride is it's 6,000 feet long. It's pretty mild, but it has one vertical loop that requires it for some godforsaken reason to have over-the-shoulder restraints, like awful ones. Yeah. But then after that, 5 p.m., that park closed because they had an Oogie Boogie Bash or something like that. So we walk over to the main park. We walk around. We did some rides. 7 o'clock, I had my droid building, which I'll put a picture up right here. And so, yeah, here's the world. This is Artemis, the C-Series droid built at Batuu West in Anaheim, California. And the second time around was a pretty fun building experience. I knew what I was doing, and the guy who was helping me, like, pair the droid did not. And I was pretty patient because I could tell he was new, and it's fine. I don't care. I was having a good time. I blew my money on it. I'm going to savor it. I decided to build Artemis the way I did because when I was first there, those parts didn't exist. The C-Series droids were not available. So when I built the C-Series, I was like, okay, it was either the C-Series or BB unit. And then I said C-Series because it was just cooler. After that, we rode the Space Mountain. And after that, we just walked back to the hotel after purchasing some ornaments. Kind of wrapping up our whole little trip there at Galaxy's Edge and Disneyland, our 2 days at the Disney parks, which lead into our last day, the day we actually leave, Knott's Berry Farm Part 2. So, Knott's Berry Farm Part 2 was with my mom, my whole family, including my mom. And it was a lot more busy the second time around since it was a Sunday compared to a Thursday. We still rode everything we wanted to do except for the Pony Express because it was like a 45-minute wait and it was like not worth it. But we still, regardless, rode everything we wanted to ride. It was a good day. It was pretty fun. We got some merchandise. But then, since we had to check out in the morning, we had a problem of where are we going to go from 5 roughly to like 8. We could actually check in for a flight. Answer, Downtown Disney. We went there for a little bit. And we did some shopping. My brother bought the Mace Windu lightsaber, which I wish I had on me, but I can't show. And that caused a problem trying to get on the plane, but that basically was just because it was a weird package. And after that, we went back to the hotel, got our bags, airport, flew home. Nothing chaotic there. But yeah, that really sums up my trip to California. And sorry it took so long. I'm just lazy. I couldn't get around to actually doing it. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.